Saint Oscar Romero. He was shot dead at the altar while celebrating Mass. The bullet was fired on the orders of a government he had spent years fearlessly confronting. He had predicted his own death the day before it happened. Oscar Arnulfo Romero was born in 1917 in Ciudad Barrios, El Salvador, a small mountain town near the Honduran border. He was the second of 8 children in a humble family. He knew from childhood he wanted to be a priest. He was ordained in 1942 and spent decades as a quiet, studious, conservative churchman, editing Catholic newspapers, running a seminary, writing theological papers. Nobody expected him to become one of the most important voices for justice in Latin American history. In 1977, he was appointed Archbishop of San Salvador, specifically because the government and wealthy elites believed he was safe, too conservative, too academic, too unlikely to cause trouble. They were catastrophically wrong. 3 weeks after his appointment, his close friend, a Jesuit priest named Rutilio Grande, was assassinated by government death squads for organizing poor farmers. Romero went to the scene. He held the body of his friend in his arms. Something broke open inside him and never closed again. He began speaking. Every Sunday, his Mass was broadcast on radio across El Salvador, the only uncensored voice in the country. He read the names of the disappeared. He documented the massacres. He addressed the government directly, naming names, citing specific atrocities, demanding accountability. He wrote to U.S. President Jimmy Carter asking him to stop sending military aid to the Salvadoran government. He wrote to Pope John Paul II asking for support. The death threats came immediately. His friends begged him to flee. He refused. He said, "If they kill me, I shall rise again in the Salvadoran people. A bishop will die, but the Church of God, which is the people, will never perish." On March 23, 1980, he gave his most famous homily, broadcast live across the country, directly ordering Salvadoran soldiers to disobey commands to kill their own people. He said, "In the name of God, stop the repression." The following day, March 24, 1980, he was celebrating Mass at the Chapel of Divine Providence in San Salvador. As he finished his homily and moved to the altar, a single shot rang out from the back of the church. The bullet struck him in the heart. He died at the altar where he had spent his life. Over 250,000 people attended his funeral. It was attacked by bombs and gunfire, killing dozens more. He was canonized by Pope Francis in 2018. He was chosen because they thought he was safe. He became the most dangerous man in El Salvador, armed with nothing but a microphone and an unshakable conscience. Saint Oscar Romero, feast day, March 24th, patron saint of El Salvador and the Americas, martyr of the faith. Follow Sanctorum for a new saint every week. Their stories will change how you see history.